If you want to drink socially, in moderation, after taking a break from alcohol, maybe it's been taking up a little more space in your life. You're not happy with the way it shows up, so you take a break, but the goal is to go back to moderation or drinking socially. I was asked this question today: how do I reduce the risk around that? And I want to talk to you about some things that you can put in place so that you can reduce the risk. Now, there's always a risk. If we've struggled with alcohol in the past, there's a risk that it could show up in a different way. It could be a little bit more problematic moving forward. But let's talk about how you can reduce that. The first one is good insight, good awareness of yourself. The first thing is, how am I feeling? If you're thinking about going to an event or a party, maybe a get-together, check in with yourself. What are you feeling like? Are you agitated or nervous? Are you feeling a little overexcited? Those kinds of things, those big emotions can make it more likely that we're going to overdrink. Noticing your triggers, being aware of the patterns and cues that you've built in your life, especially when you were drinking, around certain people, in certain events, at certain places, being aware of those, time of day, those things can be really important. So be aware of the triggers, patterns, and cues that you had built previously, things that cue your brain to have a drink. Next, we want to set some intention, some goals. What do I want to get out of this? Do I want to connect with the host? Do I want to have a great conversation? Do I want to just be out and be social? What do I want from this thing, this interaction that I'm going into? Another thing that I think is really important is if you have this automatic connection, this if I go to a baseball game, I drink, if I go to a party, I drink, those automatic connections can cause some issues as well because they're going to lead you to potentially over drinking and not checking in with yourself. So pausing in that moment, disrupting that connection. Can I go to a baseball game and not drink? Can I go to a restaurant and not drink? Can I hang out with my friends and not drink? If the answer is always no, if the answer is always, if I go to something social, I'm going to drink, the chances of you staying moderate, the chances of you drinking non-problematically, are probably going to be a lot less. Now, I know that people want to tell you you cannot drink after you've had a problem, and that simply isn't the case. It's never been the case. You may find that through some practices, through some tools and resources, you can invest time and energy into moderation, and that works for you. You may also find that when you return to moderation, it's problematic. It takes a lot of energy, and you don't get a lot for it. At that point, you can always go back to what you were doing before. I don't tell my clients and the people I work with and that I coach that they have to do one thing or another. My goal is for you to have as much information as you can so you can make decisions for yourself, not follow rules that somebody else created.